you, Danny.
All right, back at 8 o'clock. We're gonna resume where we left off on budget workshop. Turn it back over to Ms. Allen.
We have before you and on the screen, the updated version after yesterday's discussions. And I'll just kind of go through and highlight in general, all of the, if they're not in red under the recommended, this basically is what was there yesterday that, we received a consensus on, with some exceptions. The adjustment for the employees is at 2.5% plus the $513. That calculates for general road and bridge to be, for an EMS to be 916,219. The of course, when the actual budget is done, those will split into the funds and then the revenues will follow to cover that cost. Going on down on the first page, I highlighted the Tri-County, the 56,670. There was discussion about
It then.
Dan, I can't come up.
There you go.
So are you having trouble logging in?
I can't get to the B drive. Okay, so that is out there. I didn't know if it's scheduled for y'all to visit with him.
I sent him an email yesterday to have a meeting.
So if you would like, we can move that over to the one time.
What was it for again?
So we're talking about maybe taking some of those opioid monies
Mm-hmm.
and spending them with Tri-County to supplement.
Yeah.
We can't, very strict on how we can spend them.
Mm-hmm.
They had asked in their request that the county fund a position to be, I think the position would work here in Walker County. But of course, the county could fund that exactly as is. But an option would be to see if that request could be written and the position used so that it could be used with those opioid monies, which have restricted use. We've got about $120,000-$130,000. We've got it set aside, but it has to be spent for certain things. So if they're
They have an office here.
Mhm.
Or,
Right.
do they have anybody in it at all?
Tri-County?
Yeah.
Out here at those skating rink?
Yeah, so
Oh,
they need more people, I assume.
sorry.
I don't know.
What this person's gonna do?
They, in their narrative that they presented, they talked about that. They gave it.
I don't remember, so I've slept since then.
Yeah, me too. So, child and youth mental health services have been growing because they're just gonna have a psycho something multiple days a week for intake at both requests of the community at large.
Anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's half cost, I guess.
Yeah.
Y'all needing?
But
Well, we.
Well,
I
we-
know they help us a lot, though.
So is her.
Yeah.
One time division, that would give us a year
Well.
to try to look at that opioid big pot of money,
Run it
program
across.
establishment money.
We would have to open
Set up,
that market.
maybe set up a program in the county that we provide this counselor and we office them.
All TV, but we'd have to.
Or, I mean, the other option.
Like
She's connected on that one right now, so they can see it. It's fine.
Contingency, give them the opportunity to come back with a proposal and let the court consider.
I like that better. Yeah, I like that.
So add the 56 out of one-time money into contingency.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
and then they can come
I
back
changed it.
I should switch it to.
and make the decision at that time. And then we'll budget, what's proposed is we budget the 28,730, what we historically given them out of ongoing.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
It's now mirroring what you.
Brandon's good with it too.
Okay.
I got 2 votes.
That one's switched up here.
Tell them, take care of it.
We're working on giving this precinct another person.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, that contingency with the plan.
Can I take this off, really?
Then push it till next year.
Well, we're gonna, yeah, I mean, it's basically gonna move into
Take it out of
project.
contingency and push it to next year. See if we fund it completely.
One second.
I think that would be something we could, what's his name again down yonder?
Evan.
Evan,
Evan.
yeah.
Yeah,
Talk to Evan about, what I've been reading around is people building like a 5-year program. You know, hire a counselor and request funding for like 5 years for this guy, because they have hundreds of millions
Yeah.
that they're sitting in programs versus
Oh, yeah.
the tens of millions that they're scattering to everybody. But they got big chunks for programs. So if you can.
Well, you would think that state would do a little something on this.
Yeah.
the state ain't
But
gonna
the
do
state
that.
don't do jack.
No, they're going the opposite direction.
All they want us to do is not do crap.
They push it down on the county instead of dealing with, should be dealt with statewide.
Okay, going on down the page, on page 2. The positions that were recommended, they're also showing under the recommended column with the exception of the transport deputy, and we'll talk about that one, in a little bit when we get there. So page 2, really no changes on page 2 other than the next to last number, the 100,000 that was moved from one time to ongoing. So that change was made. Page 3, beginning at the bottom of page 3 and going to the top of page 4, after the court discussion yesterday, we recalculated so that each of the JPs have the same amount of money per person budgeted for both travel and for conferences.
Okay,
So, that did result in some changes, so wanted to make sure that's what the court wanted. Also, page, the top of page 3, purchasing vehicle registration, are showing up. And the central cost of 4,895. Those numbers were included in the total yesterday. Those lines were just hidden in the spreadsheet. So they are displaying now.
Okay.
On page 4, about the middle of the page, the precinct 3 vehicle was showing in full discussion yesterday. After the discussion, that's been moved over to one time. The new deputy and constable 4 has been crossed out based on the discussion yesterday that that request was no longer being made. The vehicle is marked out the 78,595 and constable precinct 4 because it was funded from current year in court yesterday. When we get to page 5, right above the red block, the mechanic has against the pay showing up there. And then the transport deputy is still in the discussion, has been moved to discussion based on the court's discussion of changes in service or Zoom or renting a service. So that one I may want to have some more discussion about today. And then when you get down to the very bottom, the summary box, that at a 2-cent tax rate, we would be using all but 42,296 of that 2%. And then, of course, if the transport deputy went back in, then that would throw us over about a 30,000, which may well be covered when we get the actual numbers from the appraisal district, or we can just let that roll into next year.
We haven't gotten anything from Stacy's bunch over there.
No, and for Stacy's been out for
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
But they should have us a certified value by the 25th per statute. So I would expect that we would see that unless there's, something going on as far as the appeals and whatever. And then I usually, we get our calculation pretty soon after that. Because Stacy knows we have to file the budget by that date, but I don't know if that will be delayed or not this year.
Yeah. I hadn't checked on her in a while. She was still in Houston last time I checked on her.
The last I heard through the grapevine was she was at home.
Now, I don't know. I hadn't talked to Johnny in probably about 3 weeks. But then she was staying with her mom. She's out in the hospital, but she's staying with her parents down in Houston, close to the hospital.
Yeah.
She's been through a lot.
Questions? Do y'all want to go back through any of this? Have additional discussion on any of these items?
I guess we probably need to get the next court, see if we can get John back over here to Davila to explain a little more about the transport. Does he truly need it this year or not? And kind of shoot on that one. That's the only one that
He asked for.
yeah, but I asked him what most important was because I had him at my house one day and it was the transport, what they're really hurting.
I heard, like I was talking to Steve about it. I guess they have like a jailer that's been doing transport stuff. He's kind of like, hey, I've been doing the transport stuff, but I'm getting paid jailer stuff. So I don't know the details on that, but evidently there's a use for the fella.
Yeah, it's getting down talking to T-Hart. I mean, even T-Hart's having to run transport.
Yeah,
because they don't have enough, so it's something we probably need to bring back, and if we can look into.
Yeah, if it's possible, we really need to have a meeting on the 4th. Because, our next scheduled meeting would be the
28th.
we need to file the budget. And of course, once you make the final decisions, there's a tremendous amount of work to get that document ready to file. So the sooner we can hear, or can hear from him, the better.
Do we need to come back next Monday? Or you said you were off next week, right, Judge? You had conference? And we got.
Really, with the 28th?
28.
And we'll be on 28th and then the next one and then the next one. We'll have 3 in a row.
So we need to be back on the 4th then? Will that work for y'all?
Yeah.
Well, we have the
But
28th.
unless he happens to be available to come up this morning to visit you.
Let's
We
call
can
him.
text him
How about
or
John?
reach out to him.
Call him.
Let me call him.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe a little short notice. He probably needs to get some numbers together for us, honestly. y'all tell me.
Yeah,
He's
like
got
I
the
say,
same
that's-
presentation he probably came and
Yeah,
talked to
I
the
mean,
other
you-
day.
Yeah.
Kind of catch him off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, for if you're asking for numbers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he needs to justify it, I think.
Hey, I know this is not much notice, but can you run up to Commissioner's Court?
Sure can.
I'll see you in a few minutes then.
Okay.
I know it ain't a lot of notice, but
Yeah.
it's what it is.
But, I would really, like to see us have a court on the 4th either way.
I'd rather look at him.
Hopefully, we would.
I'm not the Zoom guys.
It would give us a lot more time to go through that.
So the 4th, you want everything settled?
Hey, we can settle it today. I'm voting for Brandon. I got 2 votes. I only need one
We'll
more.
probably be settled about the 28th,
Yeah.
Tricia.
Well.
We
I
got
mean,
court on the 28th.
Yeah, the next one's the 28th.
But will you have all the numbers from every district by then?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have the book prepared.
Yeah.
But, and I won't know the effective tax rate, but we could solidify basically, you know, what y'all are wanting in for to be filed.
I mean, we can still meet the 4th and minor tweak it.
Or wait till next week and decide, but yeah, this is a very, compressed schedule. Normally during budget, we're meeting every week.
Well, we won't give you all the time you need to get it done.
Well, the
Make it
fund
work.
budget can always have changes made to it. It's just the longer you go, the more detailed the changes.
Absolutely.
But we can do it. While we're waiting, do y'all want to go and go back through, so Road and Bridge, basically the license fee is not going to be able to go up this year, so it will remain as budgeted.
Yes,
The budget as.
Thank you, Bill.
Tried, bro.
Everybody,
Appreciate it. Good way to do it.
Apparently it is being discussed statewide and a resolution, so,
I think we put a resolution on our agenda to add to it and we can get with Trey.
Hey, I'm good with it.
so in the road and bridge, the numbers would be offered to show more tax revenue coming in, the 2.5 and the 513 pay adjustment. The operations would increase by 200,000. The 150 for each department for special projects would be there. And then I think from the discussion, the dump trucks were going to wait till later. All right, so I think that's where we are on road and bridge. On EMS, yesterday, basically, everything requested was funded with the exception change in the office administrator to division chief, and the 10% across the board increase. So if y'all want to go back through any of those, one thing that can be done in the EMS fund is that the fee that we were paying for the ambulance billing service, we were paying an average of 9% or so fee. The fee under the new contract is, I think, 4.9%. So we can reduce that line item to help cover some of these other increases in line items.
Other than the people, they had a pretty good year in EMS land. That's a big shopping list and be able to do that. That's
So any further discussion?
I'm good where we at.
I think so too. I think I'm pretty close.
Now settle in on whether we need a transport officer or not. I think I'll
I
be,
don't even see EMS on this page you give us.
That's just general fund. No, there were no
You
changes.
can change, okay, you can
So,
copy
they're the
all
ones-
that. What about,
Can you display that?
That's EMS.
no,
Need road and
it's
bridge?
fine, it's, yeah, it was up there, I just couldn't
Okay.
find it on my deal, I was looking for it here. The economic development bunch. I know we talked about this. Are we gonna fund this every year?
That's my hope.
Presented right now, it would be funded.
I'm good for
tax
one.
rate. Whether or not to participate each year would be a court decision that you
Yeah.
would make.
I mean, we're one now. And. Yeah, I just,
I'd say bring it back. Well, you can
Yeah.
deal with it at budget every year. I mean, it's,
Yeah, I think that,
but we have it in ongoing.
yeah, but you can take it out and put it somewhere else. That's an easy move.
I don't know, I
Road
don't
bridge
know
too.
what the city's intent is. I mean, it's a good program, but be careful how involved we get in this stuff.
I
In
think,
my
we
opinion.
do, and that's why I'm like, we gave some money this year, and then there's 25 in next year's budget, and that gives them 18 months to.
They need to show you something by
So
then.
this time next year, when they come up, we'll have a presentation. It'll be like, hey, this is what we did. This is what we brought. This is what y'all invested. This is what we've returned. And then we can make a decision.
Okay.
To me, it's not a blank check going for it. It's like and I'm
Yeah.
assuming the college and the city is gonna do the same thing. I haven't talked to them.
I don't know.
I'm assuming that's
The
what,
city's doing 35,000 tonight.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna pick up benefits.
so they'll be in the same boat though. They'll be every year. because
Like I said,
they got-
I think it's a good program and I think I like where they're going with it. I just kind of a little reluctant on getting too involved with them. You know, I mean, we don't want to look like we're twisting and tweaking where we shouldn't be, you know, I mean.
To me, we're taking a shot right
Yeah.
now at a whole new idea of somebody
Yeah.
on the private side, but they're, at the end of the day, they're in it to make money.
Well,
I know it's
absolutely,
altruistic for the, for the county, the city, everything like that, but at the end of the day, there'll be money in there for, for those two. So there's a balance. So we need to see, to me, we just need to see results next year.
Yeah.
Because economic development is,
I'm not against helping, don't get me
Right.
wrong, but
Absolutely.
like I said, I think in the eyes of the public, we need to be very careful
absolutely,
how we deal with it.
absolutely do. Absolutely do. But I have no issues with giving them a shot.
I don't have a problem with starting, but I don't know how long you might want to carry it on until you see what they're doing.
So do we need
Yeah,
to slide,
so-
well, I mean,
Slide it over to one time.
slide it over to one time, I would think.
It might make you feel more comfortable.
Yeah,
one
yeah,
time,
exactly.
you know, instead of-
What does Brandon say about that?
Brandon said slide it one time.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah. I got it.
That's a whole consensus right there.
Because a lot of cities, a lot of counties,
That's for the grant.
they assign a clean sum. So they're either ad valorem or sales tax or something. They just do a multiplier every year, it's like 0.001 or something. Some do a penny of their tax roll, which is a lot of money here, which we wouldn't do that.
Yeah, not,
But a lot of them just lock in a number that grows with it's just allocated out. And if we do one time this year, they come back, I would assume next year, if we say, gosh, I was, a good 18 months or whatever. Maybe at that time you consider saying, okay, this will be ongoing. And you figure out how you're going to establish that number, if it's 25 or 30,000. See, so what? I do the math in my head real quick. 10%, one tenth of 1 cent for us would be 60. So whatever, 1/2 of 1/10 would be.
oh, I don't know I don't know about rolling in no tax roll. I don't know about all that, but as long as we move forward.
That's a whole year away from now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good idea. It sounds good,
yeah.
but sometimes things sound good, not always good.
Yeah, try it out.
Turn out.
It's something, actually, something different. And I'm,
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah,
not opposed to it. I
yeah.
mean,
No, I'm not opposed to it. I just think we need to step carefully.
I'm
You
not,
know?
not opposed to stepping carefully either, so. Come on in. Hey, you're the only one.
You're assigned seats over there.
Yes, you sit down right there, John.
No, come on, John. I'm just jacking with you.
Hey, look, our memories is really bad. Kind of go over why you need a transport deputy again.
Just the amount of transports that we have,
Are they up here? Is where you transport? Are you out of state?
there's usually about 2 or 3 times a month that it gets bad up here, but they just pop up from time to time. We have transport to state prisons, Lynchner, Plain State. They have to go pick up people. They'll pick up people for other agencies also. And we have 2 regular transports. And then we have the jailer that's a licensed peace officer that he's kind of a hybrid, but all 3 of them stay busy. And the hybrid transport, he's supposed, if he's not doing the transport, he's supposed to work at the jail. And he rarely gets to do that as it is now. And
So basically, we're paying him as a jailer to be an officer.
that's true.
Okay.
So he will be certified jailer or whatever,
He is a certified.
I mean, the new person.
The new person will be a
He's
police officer.
already doing that. He's a,
No, if you get.
Yeah, the new position will be an officer. right?
That, yes, sir. it's
Okay.
$2.
So certified job.
And he might be there.
And you may just move him into it if you wanted to and hire a jailer would be
Exactly.
a simple thing to do, but, you know. But,
And I'm not a big fan of the transport system, I guess you'd say now. But I mean, just watching them over the years, for the year and a half I've been there, they do stay busy. And they're gone most of the time. And but they stay busy.
So when you say we transfer for other entities, who do we transfer for?
It could be anybody throughout the state. If somebody calls, says, hey, we're from Louisiana and we can't make it down there today when they release them, would you pick them up?
like, you pick them up at the walls or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. That's been going on since.
When they
day-
release, is
Yeah.
what you're saying.
But you tie a guy up.
Yeah,
Well, that would suck.
yeah.
wouldn't
Well, I mean, you got cases somewhere else.
it? You walk out of the wall, Judy, you're whistling to the bus stop.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even make it to the bus stop.
Walk out the door and put your handcuffs back on.
And you're right.
If we, the county, transport someone to Louisiana because they asked us to.
We don't transport for them
Hold
They pick them at the walls and take them to
Oh,
jail.
transfer them to the jail.
until they can make it.
Okay. All right.
And-
Yeah, that's the beauty of having a prison system here.
Yeah.
And that's been going on ever since.
That's been going on since my dad was there. I remember all
Is
that.
that, so is that like a brotherly agreement that they do the same for us, so we don't charge them, or is that, or what's kind of the standard policy? Do we say, hey, we'll
That's courtesy, Bill.
courtesy? That's what I was gonna say. Is that
Yeah.
just what you do?
Because they do the same thing for you. If you call Louisiana or wherever, they'll help you do the same thing.
And then you have your mental health. Sometimes they have to go to the hospital. If y'all remember, we certified, I think it's 6 officer jailers that carry firearms. And they do most of the hospital stuff. But if not for that, then they would probably have to go up there and sit with the prisoners also. If they're in the hospital or need to be transported to the hospital. We've got pregnant women that have to go to the hospital. I mean,
So, yeah, I mean, if you send somebody to the hospital, technically somebody has to be there with them.
yes, sir.
And they don't get to leave just because the ambulance goes back the other direction.
That's right. And DeHart does a good job of trying to call the judges. Like right now, we have a pregnant female that's
Male?
sorry,
You said pregnant male?
female.
Okay. Never mind.
But
I thought you said male.
the way it was told to me, that they said she's in the process of having a miscarriage, and I said, well, we don't want her here.
No, you get her out.
So he's working on trying to get her out. That stuff happens a lot. But the transport, when I first came in there, I was like, this is some bull. But
It's not bull. I know. I've been around that too, but it's a lot goes on that we don't know because we're not up there with you. That's kind of why we got you up here.
and if they do, there's days that more transports than there is people, and they gotta put it off. And the out-of-state transports, and I know the DA's office said they watch those really good, but I mean, we went to Maine recently for a guy on I think it was less than a gram of cocaine, meth, and 2 people, Maine.
Yeah, we see it on the bill pay, when them guys, I mean, when it comes to on the bill pay, how far they go. So it takes time,
I worked up here a long time, and there's nobody here that's worth going to Maine to get
yeah.
for a gram of dope.
Well, like I say, it is what it is.
That's right. But
A lot of us, we may not know the whole story either. It may be some of the past too that ties back to that.
Why they
I'm
want
sure
you
meetings.
We
Yeah.
probably don't see all of that either, but,
But I've asked them, instead of, like when they have to go out of state, instead of just calling the secretary or the prosecutor processing the case, call them. We'll, in essence.
John, do you keep that stuff on some kind of spreadsheet or something to where you could, give us a couple months worth to kind of see how it go, see how much you're gone and then how much y'all are moving people around.
Yes, Owen has a very detailed spreadsheet that he keeps. I can get that.
You think you could get us what, I don't know.
Yeah, like
Months worth?
No, like last year.
I think
we
he
did-
did.
Or a year's worth? I mean,
We can do 12 months.
yeah,
That'd be
I don't
awesome.
want a bunch of work, but we need to see some numbers to justify it.
Yeah.
I think anyhow.
I agree.
We're gonna meet again pretty quick, so sooner the better you can get us that information.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
28.
yeah, 28.
Yeah, I mean, you can email it to the judge and he can send it out to us if you want to do it that
Yeah,
way.
that'd be great.
And then we'll have it for the next court.
That gives you a little time to put something together.
I think it's sitting on my desk.
See, that'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. All right.
That it?
That's it. Thank you, John.
Thanks.
Well, let me give y'all Brandon's thoughts now.
He gonna say they don't have no prisoners in precinct 4. They shouldn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, we don't need nothing down
He'll
there.
take his by.
We got nobody that disobeys the law.
That's what he'll tell you. That's good.
Well, we'll just wait on, can we move that around next time when?
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
bring that back for next time. So are you comfortable with everything that's on here? So at this point, you're thinking what's here's okay,
I think-
and there may be an additional ad.
I think so.
Is that kind of where?
That's where I'm at, Patricia. What about y'all? I
Yeah.
mean, y'all okay or?
I think it's good as we get done and you did, brought us a pretty easy one to work with. I appreciate that.
We are, in the purchasing, we're gonna do this part-time employee into one-time now. And just leave it as, staying as part-time.
Didn't, I thought we didn't fund it past, October.
Yes, the request and, what was in the budget to start with is that would become a permanent part-time position. Funded through, ongoing.
Is it in there?
It is.
Yes, it
Is
is.
Page 3.
Page 2, I think,
Page 3.
or page 3, top of page 3.
I would anticipate her having, I don't know if it's part-time for the full year all the way around. Is that what she has it done? Cause like, I do my part-time guy on the mower. So her busy time is just,
Yeah.
well, like right now.
Yeah, exactly, right before all the.
While the contracts come up and stuff like that. So,
The way it's budgeted, it would be at her discretion.
Yeah.
My guess is that it would be a weekly schedule for that part-time person year round, but that's a guess. But typically when, a department is given a part-time, they're also given the discretion of what hours that position.
Yeah.
and it's like
It
it's
may be
definitely an
that.
entry level pay grade for half the time for the whole year. So.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
And it may be that, there would be, a week that the person's not working and they work, more hours the following week, but normally it's at the discretion of the department.
Okay.
That's little baby, does she need it? You on board with it?
Yeah, we took it away from her.
I know we did, so.
So, and she's still coming in from less than what we took away from her.
The position, when it was originally created, was that it was presented as that there would always be someone available in the office when the others are at training, when you're doing inventory. There would still be someone in the department to meet the needs. Of course, it's a little bit different now with everybody having cell phones and texts. They're pretty much accessible, so.
Sounds good.
I'm good where we're at then.
That's where I'm at.
What about the, we didn't talk, I guess, what are we gonna do about this, IT help position? We talked about it yesterday. We never did come to a resolution on it. Gonna try to see what he can implement on.
We were going to get the network administrator in there.
Yeah.
And and have him put options for the help desk, because, I mean, I feel like,
Funded out of one time for this
Yeah.
year,
Yeah, that's what,
Mr. Tripp,
That's definitely an option,
we figure out what's gonna happen.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, because I think we all believe that we need another person locally, and then we need to be looking at alternatives also to support that core group. So do you want to move that position to one time and then have him look at his?
I think so, because, yeah, I think so. I would.
Yeah.
Because it's the opportunity, if it doesn't work out, it's not in our ongoing column showing against that.
Yeah, the only effect it may have if, if he's hiring a person and he's telling them it has a finite end, that may affect someone's willingness to come to the job.
It's
Yeah.
the help desk. One of the options we're looking at, though, is for him to talk about contract help desk. So
Yeah.
that's fine to have a 1-year contract, to tell him, hey, we're gonna sign up with you, and next year, hey, we're not gonna renew the contract because it sucked, or let's do it again. And if we do it again, then you'll be able to say, well, let's just roll this into ongoing now because we like it, it's easy, it works. Or no, we gotta have somebody at a desk here that can hop in.
you don't even have it in there right now, do you?
No, that's what I was saying, but
Yeah.
if you move the one time to, if you move the economic development deal over to one time, then that gives you about enough to fund it. Of course, that would be at one time too, but so.
Yeah, the thing about it, if in fact, it would either be an in-house position or a contract, it really ought to be budgeted and ongoing. And then that way as ongoing money.
You
then-
got 42,000 left over,
Are you in the red?
Yeah.
then you'd have to figure out where to come up with the jailer if we do that.
So maybe
Yeah.
just another parts of a cent on the tax rate. Like a.
No, me and Brandon's gonna differ from y'all. It's a coat to be in the middle here in a minute.
Yeah. I hate to creep above 2.
Yeah, I think we make it work at 2 is my
Yeah.
opinion,
Okay,
regardless of what we do.
Yeah, and we may have to tweak it after you get the real numbers. Who knows, but we can come back and,
and it's not uncommon that we build a position in Obro,
Yeah, we could do
2-year
half.
period,
half,
so.
Yeah.
half. Don't like doing it, but.
Yeah. But it is an option.
Going over the 2 cents, I swing with it.
All right, so thoughts on the work desk?
me and Brandon say build it in the tax rate.
And you're gonna get over 2.
We'll just have to cut somebody else.
Done deal. We'll
Yeah.
move that over and build it into the rate.
I don't know. I mean, did you get the third one on that?
Well, I'll be honest.
Them
with you, I
two
would-
there was against it.
Yeah, I would,
I did think I had.
I would much rather do it as one time and see what we
Yeah,
come up with.
okay.
I can go either way. You got 2 votes today, so you're
I
the
got
deciding
two.
vote.
Hey, I told you where me and Brandon's at.
I do think you need I mean,
Thank you, Brandon.
obviously, if you can get somebody in that does this as a group, it's gonna be better than one person. Just for the sheer amount of work, I think that it produces, so.
Yeah,
I mean, I like the idea of going out and looking and seeing if
Just see what's there.
there's somebody out there that can do it as a contract. And then like Bill says, see how it works. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
guaranteed. We'll know before if we find somebody that will write a contract and do it, we'll be doing budget before it comes due again. So we'll know if we like it or don't like it. Whatever versus,
So
I
we
think
can
you
leave-
need more than one person.
Yeah, and maybe we can just leave that one kind of in limbo, maybe until we get
Yeah.
a better number back. I
Are
mean,
you
it's
waiting
not-
for Brandon to come back?
Number. It's not one that's gonna crush our budget one way or the other. So if it's, if we get our numbers from the appraisal district back and it's a little fatter than we thought, you're like, all right, we'll throw it in one time but if times have to be tough, we throw it in ongoing. And if times get tough, maybe we drop it out or even tell him, hey, you can hire the guy January 1 or something like that.
So put it in one time for now and then.
And let's see what happens.
Possibility of moving it.
When it-
I like that idea, but
Yeah, 'cause
personally.
like I say, we don't have to lock it down to the penny. We don't know what the penny is right now.
Okay, we can go along with that, me and Brandon.
All right.
You and Brandon sure are swinging. this morning.
That's the first thing y'all get along.
I mean,
Consensus, maybe up.
one time.
Yeah, one time.
For now.
All right, so 3 one times
There you go.
and 2,
You need,
That's fine. Me and Brandon lost.
well.
I think you're gonna
I
run out
think
of money.
county and IT. I'm gonna need to be able.
Well, one way or the other, he's got to have some help, whether it's through the contract or whether it has to put a body down there or whatever, but he's got to have some help.
Cause like I said, you hadn't done anything with it.
Yeah.
If we can do something with the transport deputy, then we got to do something different. Right?
And
Because it's not in here.
maybe by next court,
Yeah.
by next court, we might have some numbers.
Years or, see what the numbers come from the appraisal district.
Or we cut some out.
Okay,
I'm good to wait and see what happens. We're just 2 weeks
We're
away from
close.
having a number from.
Yeah,
We're right at it
we're
anyway.
close though.
all right.
Okay. That
I'm
works
good.
for me.
Y'all good?
Okay.
Any other marching directions for me?
Not at this time.
There ain't much on you. Your future growth of your planning of your building there.
No.
I don't see no money for it this year,
Unless like I
Well-
said, you can stick a little one-time money in there somewhere.
which I already know where know where I sit on this, but you still got to deal with the bailiff situation too.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 2. We got bailiff situations out there. And we got the 100,000 for the, either the insurance or whatever like that. And the email we got from Amy yesterday strictly showed a cost. So I got with her this morning and told her that's fine. But I would also want to see the benefit statement that they give. You can request a retirement estimate. I told
Yeah.
her, I told her totally fine to use my information. I don't care. Example. It ain't huge, but it shows something. Anyway, something that we could put out there and say, other than,
Option.
yeah, it's gonna.
Well, and I think she'll probably, you know, poll the county somehow, maybe.
I don't know. I think it'd be up to how we had to put that together. Well, I guess it'd be for us to decide, but it's, it needs to be 2 things. And there's something that popped in my head last night that needs to be a part of the ongoing health insurance thing is you walk through a scenario where a guy comes on it, a guy or a lady, I guess, a person comes on at 20 years old and retires at 40 from the county. We're on the hook for that insurance at $1,100 a month.
Or whatever it is.
Or whatever it is.
It may be $1,000, $2,000, but.
Yeah, forever. That's 15,000 bucks a year for every person we do that for. So, 10 years, that's 100. So that, well, they're at 45, so they're 20 years of Medicare. That's $250,000 we're investing in that person with 0 return. $250,000 for each one that leaves. I mean, I left.
Well,
the city at
but that's
40.
why, who the heck is going, I guess it is possible, but very unlikely that somebody's going to retire at 45 and not have to go to work somewhere else.
My wife did. But you're
45?
right. Yeah, she left at 45 and hadn't got back. I'm still getting over that.
Yeah,
But
but what kind of
That's
job
your
does she have
problem.
too?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she had a upper administrative job,
She
yes,
was- No, she was
But-
at TDCJ.
your normal,
Okay, but what we're telling them is that ours pauses, right? If they go work someplace else, we don't drop them, right? They pause.
yeah, it goes.
So now they retire at 65 and then they come back and they say, oh, I want my medical now. I want to put it back on now. So now we're back on the hook for the next 30 years that they're going to live. That's huge money. That is.
Yeah, add a supplement.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
$500 a month.
Yeah.
That's huge money. That's $6,000 a year that you're telling these people you're going to give them. You're going to give these people $400,000 by the time you're done. Every one of them.
But the reality of somebody working 45 years, I would have loved it, but there's no way in hell I could afford it.
Oh, no, I'm way past
You know,
that.
but in reality, yes, I could have probably done that. But I don't know what I was, 20, 27, 28, whatever. But financially.
Yeah.
That's a once in a million chance
It's-
that somebody's gonna do that.
We're assuming
You
when
know.
they leave here, let's say they retire at 45. we're assuming they're gonna go to a place that has insurance in the public sector. There's no guarantee of that. They could go to work for Walmart, Kmart. They don't make Kmart anymore, but Walmart or
I've got insurance, yeah.
or a private entity. They gotta work at the bank, someplace that doesn't have insurance and say, hey,
Was it 50 employees you have to have insurance?
I don't know.
Something like that, isn't it, Patricia? The companies have to have insurance when they have 50 plus employees. It's a number.
Was the that one.
I don't know if it
I don't
still
know if
is.
there anymore at all, but oh, like in our case, my wife retired from TDCJ and she has their insurance. Thank goodness. 'Cause they have.
Oh,
awesome
yeah,
insurance.
awesome.
Yeah, she has great insurance, but you know, she does our rental business. That's the business she went into. So she doesn't have insurance on that. So we're assuming, I say, when they leave here at 45, they're gonna go to the state or the city or the college and jump right back on the insurance train, and we drop off as a pause, not even as a secondary, but as a pause, but just drop. And then come back at 65 and say, I want my money. I want my insurance. And remember, you shook my hand and did that. And we, you know, and I would anticipate that we would honor that. You know, we honored it in 2013. Whoever was
Yeah.
already here, we took care of that.
Well, that's the scenario that you have
Yeah.
for the pre-13.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that the county did that, because I love my folks at the city, but
Yeah, they hung them up dry.
they didn't
Yeah.
do that.
You still love them after all that?
I was 23 months away from getting my insurance after
Oh, you didn't get it.
after 27 years of working over there, and they're like, see ya, you know? So I was like, oh, well.
Well, I mean, the alternative to fixing that, and I don't think I'm on board with it, would be to do like Montgomery County does, I believe, is to, once you leave and you take an employment somewhere else, then it's dropped. You know, I mean, I can see both sides of that. That would be a surefire cure for it, but I don't know that I wholeheartedly agree with it. You know, I mean, there's been scenarios that have caused people to do things that they probably shouldn't have because of that.
That's
you
the
know?
stuff that you gotta roll into it, though.
Yeah.
Is that, hey, you know, we either have to do that, or we say, you know, if you're off our insurance for X number of years, you don't get to come back. You know, we pause for up to 5 years or something. In case
Well,
we
if
decide.
you sit up here and don't give them raises for 4 or 5 years in a row, you're not gonna have them anyway, so they'll be off your insurance. bill.
Well, and that was some of the reason why, if this goes through, we work it out. But that was some of the reason why we thought about going 25 years instead of 20. You know, is to make them stay a little longer, hopefully keep them around a little longer. You know,
And for a young
I-
person, 25 years is not that much.
no,
You know, but
I mean,
somebody old like that man in the background.
you can play out different scenarios on everything, but
Yeah, but that's the stuff you have to, I mean, there's, in the insurance world and the retirement world, they have the actuarial studies where they physically sit down, and heck, I did one on ours, and it was pretty scary on our insurance part, on what we have now.
Yeah.
And it was, so they look.
Well, that's why that money sits in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why you need to leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know, and lock it down somehow.
Yeah.
So,
So this, and I'm kind of on board with that, but the scary part about setting money aside for something you might need means people 7, 8 years ago now, because we quit a couple of years after I got here, paying into that extra fund that we had. Those people paid a lot of money and got zero for that. You know, those were taxpayers that paid into the county government budget and received zero benefit. You know, they got nothing for it, for their tax dollars, under the anticipation that one day it might get spent on insurance people, but there's a pretty good chance that it won't. So that part is, you know, to pay. That's why I'm not opposed to being a debt guy, you know, to borrowing money for something, because borrowing money, the assets that you're purchasing now is being paid for in the future by the people who are living here paying, versus saving up, you know, a ton of money on the backs of the people so you can pay something, so you can say that we don't have debt.
That's me right there.
well, but it's a
Seriously, I mean, I'd
commitment.
rather not have the
Yeah,
debt.
it's a commitment to your
Right.
employees. That's why you do it though.
Yeah, but it's a commitment that can be, you know, overturned in the future by the next court could come in and say, hey, you know what, that was a terrible idea. We did it in 2012. That was a terrible idea. Let's quit doing that. And they did it.
Yeah,
We stopped it because it wasn't funded when they started.
yeah, exactly.
You know, they put that thing in place 20 years prior,
The funding.
and then when everybody starts to retire, then you start to fund it.
It took us six years to fund that.
It took a while. I don't
7,
remember,
whatever.
Tricia, but we got a pretty good amount
Patricia
built
was
up.
taking, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, we're
pretty good
paying
chunk,
like
so.
80 grand a year or something like that, I think. But
It was a pretty good chunk. I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was.
Well, I think and this may be wrong, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but all the leftover money that was in our budget on the top side went in there to help build that, if I remember right.
I don't remember.
I don't think we really took anything out of the tax rate.
Yeah.
It was pretty well one.
Wrong, yeah.
yeah, and but to be honest, but at the end of the day, and they're seeing it, they see it, councils turn over, courts turn over, they're seeing it in Conroe right now. Somebody can come in and get 3 commissioners to say, hey, we need that money. Let's cash it out.
Well, and that's why
Let's build something with it.
if this does go through, then we're gonna look at putting it into some kind of trust that makes it very difficult for that to happen.
But it can be untrusted
It
It
can't,
can be.
I mean, it can't.
But you got to be able to justify it at that point.
at any.
It's not just 3 votes put on an agenda that sneaks through court.
Sure it is. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
No, because, well, yeah, but this thing is,
Well,
it's actually, they'll have to work it.
Mhm.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Well, the trust would be set up, where the money could only be spent for insurance.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't say it has to be spent for insurance for retirees. It would have to be spent for insurance being paid for by the county until it's depleted. So there's nothing to guarantee that the insurance will continue through every court.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
but it won't be a city manager walking in and saying, hey, this is what we want to do.
No, it can't be him. But it could be a grumpy county judge, no offense, and two grumpy
He's
commissioners.
looking at you.
He was.
And two, I mean, that's
I
what happened.
But they would have to work it, Bill, and yes, you're right. There's no way to just completely lock it down.
And I've seen it. I mean, at the city, the one that sticks out in my head is,
Well, I can tell you this, if they do it to me.
It ain't gonna be pretty.
Katie bar the door.
they did, I mean, they did it. It can be done. I guarantee you
I
that.
won't be as nice as the city bunch was.
Yeah, well, they were mad.
Oh, they wasn't very nice. I was over.
But they'll do it. I mean, at the city, Patricia, there when we did it, we built a vehicle replacement program where we built in every single year we paid for vehicles, allocate them out, and then when that vehicle is due for replacement, the money's already there. You don't have to go borrow, you have to do nothing. It's always there. And it was painful to get into it, but once you got into it, it was okay. And then the city council looked in it one day and it was like $2 million. And they're like, oh, look at here, we need some money. And we tried to tell them, well, there's $2 million because we got to buy 6 garbage trucks next year and they're $190,000 a piece or something like that. So we're going to be back down to this operational number that we're saving up. And they're like, no. You need to go. My city manager at the time, Kevin Evans, y'all need to go back in there and fix your schedule and get me $1 million out of it. Because we got to go do this. And that, you go where you're told. If you're a director,
Well,
under a city manager.
The
So you
city
reallocate.
structure though, when you got a council that you don't pay them and you get a different kind of people on that council because they're not paid employees. Now, I'm talking about them and I mean it
That's-
too.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
They'll make different decisions than this court
Yeah,
right here will make.
We're neck
you
deep
know?
involved in this because
So,
we also have a budget involved in it,
I like to think.
but
that.
can it be undone? Absolutely it can. It takes the wrong 3 people on this court.
That's all it takes. And the only way you commit a court to future is to put something in a contractor debt. That's the only way you lock them out. Other than that, they can show up and say, you know what? I mean, I say, all you gotta do is look 30 miles down the road, city of Conroe. They're having an absolute revolution down there. They're throwing people out left and right. Their city council is fighting with each other.
It goes back to the city though. Some bitches are not paid.
Montgomery County, for that reason. I'm telling you, it's fight like that.
You got retired professors, you got people that got nothing to do.
Absolutely.
That's the ones running the damn cities.
Absolutely right.
I don't agree with it, but
Absolutely right. So, I mean, we've been very fortunate here, for several courts that we've looked out for our folks.
Oh, absolutely.
Done best we could with it, absolutely. But I tell you what, when it can get ugly, it can get ugly in a hurry. I mean, they can ugly in a heartbeat. All it takes is somebody to get out there. I mean, at the end of the day, and you gotta be honest with yourself, this is a popularity contest to sit up here.
Yeah.
It's no
It is.
experiences. It's who gets the most votes. And all it takes is people to get something worked up into a frenzy, like your Grand Ranch people.
Oh, they love me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They can
I
get,
have to carry that guy with me when I go out there.
all they gotta do is get stuff lifted in a frenzy and get people to vote, and all of a sudden it can go in the ditch, brother. Oh my.
Well, yeah, the way the county's growing too, and it's not gonna happen next couple of years, but you're gonna start seeing those people get elected too.
Absolutely right.
That day's coming.
Absolutely. Right now, the big thing is taxes. Oh my God, I can't believe what's it? Eliminate property taxes. That's the
Yeah.
big mantra right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Like,
Ordered from the state.
like, absolutely, guys. Let's
Collect-
go do that. Let's start paying 25% sales tax on
Yeah.
stuff and see how excited you are.
Or hit an income tax.
Yeah. And
Do away with all the property.
that's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
You
Is
want
this
the
really
true
what you
answer?
want?
You want
Yeah.
the true answer?
Be careful what you ask for,
Straight income tax.
because
Can eliminate.
the funding's coming from somewhere.
Absolutely. That's how I tell everybody, not a problem. When do you want the state tax, income tax to start? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're gonna pay one way or the other.
Well,
You know,
Pay.
they're not telling them that. at
No,
the state of it.
we're just a bunch of bad SOBs.
All right, so next court, we're gonna have Amy come talk on your stuff. Who else y'all need to come?
Novel about
You would
Gobble
get
it
gobbled
back.
back.
And then sometime we're gonna have this bailiff thing on the schedule, once we
Yeah.
figure out how to get everybody in the room.
Y'all need to get that done. pretty
it.
quick.
Y'all get it done, but I'll tell you up front.
I'm telling you where I'm at too.
We're upside down already. If we put a transport depot in there, in my opinion, they're out. They deal with what
Make,
they
make
got.
the constables work.
But, so, that's my opinion from.
Hey, that's two on this side. All we need is one more over there.
All right, so we got those three.
I got Brandon.
Anybody else?
Do we
Anything
need
else?
IT back on
You
there?
know, at the end of the day.
Ma'am?
do that.
Do we need
At
IT
the end of the
back?
day, if all we do is get them all in the room,
I think
and
that-
they all get
Or
to
they got.
They need to talk.
they do that, and then they're like, hey, you know, like, if the constable say, you know what, like you said yesterday, all you gotta do is pick the phone up and call me.
Yeah.
And I'll do whatever I need to do to make make you happy. If that's all we get out of it, that's
Well,
good.
you gotta get them together some kind of way.
Kelly is asking for confirmation. The consensus for the work desk was to put it in one time at this point, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
without me and Brandon on board.
All right, so we're gonna go back. Any public comment? No public comment. Questions from media? No questions
It's
from
normal.
media.
Yeah.
Any more commentary from Commissioners Court?
I think we said it all.
I will tell you something. I was in
No.
Riverside this morning at
Said no.
6:47. I was in Riverside and they phoned out the ambulance for a call in Riverside. And I heard the call on the radio and 45 seconds later, they pulled out of the ambulance station and they were at that guy's house in 3 minutes. Like,
Yeah, no, they're doing good. I listen to the radio when I'm in the truck and
Yeah.
and the response time and with
Yeah.
the duty crew and everything.
It is
They're-
awesome.
They're doing good.
Yeah, duty crew is like 92-93% responses as opposed to 20%.
Yeah.
So that's been two.
That's great.
Two huge improvements out there. That's super.
And then you get EMS out there shortly, so that'll, you can make it much better.
Oh, they're out there. So I'm saying that was this morning.
Oh, it was an EMS call.
EMS.
Okay, I thought you meant a fire
Three to
call.
four
They have
minutes,
duty
yeah.
crew out there for a fire?
7 to 7,
Yeah.
7
Okay.
days a week. Yeah.
I misunderstood you, Bill.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about fire.
It was.
All right,